So it seems like it's getting worse, or more and more things are coming out. We're going to talk about it. I'm just flabbergasted. I know a lot of people are just saying it's entertainment, but we got a lot of fraudulent activity, and we got to stay away from that. Let's go ahead and see what else is rolling out here when it comes to this guy, Mr. Beast. And I need to know your thoughts about it, of course, in the comments below.
First off, the ex-employee who exposed MrBeast, Dogpack, has tweeted out a cryptic 48-hour timer, which I assume is hinting to a second exposed video on MrBeast. Now, apparently, he was saying that this video has even worse allegations than the first video, and obviously that could be pretty bad for MrBeast, considering the first one got 10 million views. Now, I'm just praying that it's not about the charity work that Jimmy does, because that stuff has always made me like MrBeast, because, you know, he seemingly does help people, and I want to support that. Anyways, we'll know the answer in a couple days, and of course, I'll be updating you guys then as well. But till then, here's everything that's gone down since the last video 4 days ago. First off, the story regarding Beast Games has actually gone mainstream because the New York Times put out an article titled "Willing to Die for Mr. Beast in 5 million." The contestants in the internet stars Beast Games expected outlandish challenges and signed contracts that acknowledge risks of serious injury and death. Still, few were.
I believe they do that all the time, though. On some of his challenges, I'm sure there has to be some waivers that are presented to the contestants. If that's real, if those contestants are real and everything they're doing is authentic. Now they're putting it here, willing to die for Mr. Beast. Maybe those other things weren't for real, and this one is, because some of the things they do, you could get hurt or something like that, you know?
Basically, it had a lot of allegations towards Mr. Beast, saying that the conditions of filming were just horrible, with contestants allegedly getting injured, allegedly given medication late, apparently even took their underpants for some reason and then forgot to give it back for a long time. Lots of wacky allegations. Now, from the people that I individually interviewed, it was pretty mixed. You know, some people had a perfectly fine experience, and some people had a horrible experience, so it's definitely split depending on where you were in the game. But here's a couple.
Side note, when it came to this challenge, I always thought it was weird that after the fact, both of these two individuals had some Mr. Beast type content right after they won or split the money. I think they split or something like that. I forgot actually what happened in this challenge because I did watch it, but I remember thinking it's just weird that these two guys, now when they make their content, is just like Mr. Beast style. I wonder if he got a cut from it or what. Maybe these guys were already under his wing before this contest, and this was just a way to bring them out, a rollout, so to speak. Nonetheless, you know, it's two more people getting benefited, but are they natural people he never knew before, or were they just people in the background that he's bringing to the forefront, and now they have blossoming YouTube careers? Let me know your thoughts on that.
Highlights from the article. Over a dozen people who participated in the first installment of Beast Games said that they had not received adequate food or medical care, and that some competitors had suffered injuries from the physical challenges. Another described watching fellow contestants vomiting and appearing to pass out. There were several hospitalizations. That's obviously not good, not something you want to see happen in a sort of innocent game show. We signed up for the show, but we didn't sign up for not being fed or watered or treated like human beings, one contestant told the Times. Like many of the people who appeared in Mr. Beast's YouTube videos, some of the contestants said that they needed the cash to pay for things like student loans and medical debt. After learning that they would be competing against twice as many people, some said they felt they had been misled about the odds of winning. Apparently, they thought they'd be competing against 1,000 people, but it turned out to be 2,000 instead. One meal described by several contestants included a tiny portion of cold oatmeal, one hard-boiled egg, and a few pieces of raw vegetables. We're all just looking up at the sky, screaming at him like he's God, one contestant said. Guards dressed entirely in black, complete with face coverings, flanked the field. I guess it was sort of to emulate that Squid Game vibe, but some people might think that it's a bit dystopian, you know, like you're actually bringing it to life. Despite reassurance that contestants' medications would be distributed to them when needed, several contestants said they had not received their medication on time, including one contestant who needed insulin. That is actually really bad, instead of receiving it hours or even days after their scheduled dosing times. Yeah, this could lead to some serious problems, especially things like insulin. One contestant said that she had initially been denied the food she required to take her medication, and had been told by staff members that she didn't actually need to eat. After asking repeatedly, she was given half a banana. Why not the full thing?
What is going on here? You know, you got to put alleged because Mr. Beast got 1,000,001 lawyers, but the allegations of what I'm hearing, it don't sound like Mr. Beast. And usually people who are really, really nice and give off this really good energy as positive, they turn out to be really dark people sometimes. It's hard to believe, but it was hard to believe what we heard about Ellen DeGeneres after the layout she had for her career as being very nice and kind to each other. But then you have a lot of people on her staff coming out saying she was wild behind the scenes. So where there's smoke, there's fire. I mean, you see one situation and then you can apply it to Mr. Beast and not think it's too far-fetched, but it's just some of the things that I'm hearing just sounds inhumane and very crazy that I don't think could happen, but people are allegedly saying it did happen. Hopefully time will tell and more will be revealed, but let's get back to this video.
What's going on here? Here's the part about the alleged underpants taking. Contestants were instructed to supply the production staff with a Ziploc bag containing 5 days worth of undergarments, which would be distributed to contestants once the games were underway. But several contestants said that they had waited hours or even days to receive their clean underwear. Ain't no way this guy's making them wear dirty underwear, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now we actually have some details about the challenges. Allegedly, there were 3 challenges. I know what they are because the contestants told me, but I'm not sure I'm allowed to reveal it, so I'm only gonna say what's in the article here, right? The first challenge involved 5 teams of 400 people pulling ropes attached to 10,000-pound weights as fast as possible. The issues began, participants said, when they were broken into those teams. A scramble for Team Pennies quickly became chaotic and frightening. Several said, describing a crush of people pushing and shoving other contestants while the production staff was unable to calm the crowd. One contestant described hyperventilating amid the scene. Another said that she had been almost horizontal and had feared being trampled. Yeah, this is the issue, having physical challenges when your contestants are male, female, and elderly as well, because obviously the young and fit guys are just going to absolutely body everyone, and there should be some rules against that. You can't just, roughhouse people and, win that way, right? I don't know, I feel like the challenges chosen should have been something that's like more similar to the Squid Game stuff where, you're cutting out a little bit of a cookie or something like that where, where there's no like obvious advantages to certain groups of people, right? Now the article ends with an ominous line. They had signed a contract that they were willing to die for this. Now in defense of MrBeast, I'm pretty sure that's like standard practice in like reality TV or game shows and stuff like that, but of course people are not expecting to die in a game like this. These contracts are just to waive any liability if people get injured or something like that, right? Here's some of the top comments.
Wait, but he, like this guy mentioned earlier, like MrBeast was really trying to bring Squid Games to life for real. Like, yeah, willing to die for MrBeast or however much the money was. And that's exactly wow, he was really trying to do it though. Like really trying to do it. I wonder what he would put in there that could have somebody possibly die. What? Or unalive. That's the term on YouTube, right? Unalive. What could he give the... I don't know, man.
When suffering and debasement are the conditions of so-called charity, what actually is taking place is exploitation. It's not philanthropy, so please don't call it that. It's internet entertainment of the worst kind. This guy's indicative of exactly what's wrong with the world right now. The fact that he has millions of followers only proves my point. I've always thought that the philanthropy is a little bit separate, right? Like if he's building homes for people in Africa, that's obviously amazing and stuff like that. But if he needs to do something for entertainment or content, I understand that. But obviously, people need to be safe, right? You can't be having these sort of mismanaged conditions there, allegedly, right? Looking forward to the episode of MrBeast where his victims sue him into bankruptcy. All right, so as I said, all those are allegations. I personally do not know what went down there because I personally wasn't there, but there seem to be a lot of reports from a lot of people that are concerning. Now, we gotta move on to the next thing. We gotta talk about MrBeast's latest video, the one about the nuclear bunker, and there's a lot of controversy regarding that one as well. Here we have a tweet about the dislikes on the video. MrBeast might be cooked, actually. 500k plus dislikes in an hour, and still counting on his latest video. Jimmy and his team are also deleting all the comments mentioning the Chris Tyson situation.
Allegedly.
This is the downfall of MrBeast. And he's attached a screenshot with 900k likes and 500k dislikes, which seemingly looks bad. And he's attached a video where you're trying to click the replies of a comment, but it disappears because that comment is getting deleted in real time. Basically, anybody being sort of critical towards MrBeast or anybody pointing out any of these situations, any of the many dramas, and mentioning Dogpack, they're probably sort of like banned from his comment section, right? Now, this tweet actually got community noted. YouTube stopped reporting dislikes in 2021. The number reported in the image is an estimate based on an extension called Return YouTube Dislike. It is calculated from dislikes submitted by extension users and can overestimate the actual number of dislikes on a video. Okay, basically people are saying that it's not that many dislikes, right? Now, it turns out Drumler reached out to the MrBeast team to get the actual dislikes on the video. We apologize. We just deleted a tweet showing 500k dislikes on MrBeast's new upload. This info came from a third-party app that allows you to see the dislikes. Fellow creators reached out saying that the third-party app is not to be trusted. We also got in contact with MrBeast, and here's a screenshot of allegedly the actual dislikes on the video, which is only 4,099.6%, which is definitely sus. The current dislikes directly from the MrBeast team. Chucky the fake PR guy responded as well. Here's a video in case anyone thinks it's fake. The Chrome extension saying it had 1 million dislikes is false. And Chucky has attached this video where he's scrolling and
see, here's the part that I was looking forward to, right? MrBeast just made a video sunning the rest of YouTube. Having that video with all the other popular YouTubers in his video put them under his wing. So when something like this happens, you would expect more people who are valid or more people who people trust and are influencers would be able to come and speak up for him. And we're starting to see that now. First, it's like Keemstar. Then we got a couple other people that are coming out and speaking up on MrBeast's behalf. Some people think Keemstar got paid to speak up and say stuff. Keemstar, of course, denied it. But at the same time, you got to expect more YouTubers who were in his video, of course, to speak up for him and say this and this and that. Now, the dislikes being so high, I believe it. Them adjusting it, saying it's false, is very possible. It's hard to know which route to go with. But I'm going to lean towards the first part and see that there are a lot more dislikes than normal, because one thing that I noticed was comments getting erased. When that video was dropped, I went and checked, and it just seemed like a lot of comments might have been erased because you see other people saying, like, my comment was deleted or the comment was deleted, and then you go back and refresh it and then that comment was deleted too. I actually saw that part. So it's getting fishy out here, man.
Look at dislikes, and you can see 20,000 dislikes there, and a 99.1% ratio. He's refreshed it a couple times to prove that it's real. Now, do I believe the MrBeast team is lying about these dislikes? I cannot say, okay? I just know that this Chucky guy will do absolutely anything to get good PR for MrBeast, and the math does not add up. The amount of people commenting about this controversy and knowing about the MrBeast drama, the original Dogpack video has 10 million views. My videos combined have, like, I don't know, 10, 12 million views as well. It is one of the biggest dramas on YouTube. It is pretty much obvious that MrBeast's latest video will get disliked. I do not support that. I do not encourage that, by the way. But it is likely that people will go out of the way to dislike these videos, so it's very unlikely there's a 99.1% ratio. But
crazy.
I also don't believe it has 1 million dislikes. In reality, I think the real number is somewhere in between those two numbers. You can form your own conclusions there. But
We're
it's very
not all
weird that
kids.
YouTube is not showing an accurate picture of the dislikes there. I remember they removed the dislike button supposedly to protect smaller creators, at least that was their cited reason, but turns out it only ended up protecting larger creators and larger brands who ever get into some sort of controversy, right? And it also made it much harder to detect scam videos. Now, the creator of the Return YouTube Dislike extension has responded as well. By now, 87k users with an extension disliked the video, and only 56k liked it. So we can see already, he's saying 87k disliked it, yet on the studio, we don't see anything past 20k. Maybe it was at a different time, but very suspicious. A very good portion of these users were created a long time ago. If we want to believe that these dislikes are botted, someone would have to come up with this plan over a year ago, create tens of thousands of fake accounts, keep realistic-looking activity on these accounts for a year, pretending to be real people, and only today would they attack MrBeast. So basically, they're real. Regarding the figure in the screenshot, I simply do not see it possible for the video to be performing better than their channel average, despite all the controversy. I completely agree. It could be that YouTube is not updating dislike counts in YouTube Studio for some reason. Some random reason, guys. Some random reason that all the comments are also getting deleted, like just getting wiped off the face of the earth. There is no war in Ba Sing Se, guys. This is nothing going on at all. MrBeast is squeaky clean, of course. I just hate how they try to sweep everything under the rug like some sort of Hollywood-type project where something secret, something shady, and something genuinely, potentially, allegedly illegal.
I want to know what was up behind him signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, I completely think that was fake. I mean, then and even more so now. It was a good video. I did see that. But what even happened with that? How did that even come about? You know, just that alone was just a wild situation to see. But it get worse.
Is going on, and yet they don't even bother giving their fans an answer. Like, I like Jimmy. If you just have to scroll on my channel of seeing the 50 videos I made defending him to know that I like Jimmy, and I just want a response from him because I feel betrayed, you know, seeing all these allegations come up, you know. And inaccuracy is definitely possible due to how controversial this video is. After all, the extension serves 20 million people on a budget of 500, can never be as accurate as Google. I can imagine the estimate being wrong by 2 to 3 times, simply because of how different an average member of MrBeast's audience is from an average dislike extension user. But the numbers from the screenshot are simply impossible. Exactly, only 4,000 or 20,000 dislikes is just unheard of. I don't know what Chucky's trying to prove here. He obviously knows that's wrong as well. Now we gotta talk about the reports from several people that MrBeast is deleting comments from his video. MrBeast team is actively deleting all the comments from his latest video that talk about him being exposed, and he's attached 2 videos here.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
I'm about 99% sure this is a YouTube bug. Jimmy isn't giving people full access to the number one YouTube channel just to delete comments. This is incredibly naive. It's managed by an agency. They're doing it. Obviously, this is happening. We can see it in real time. Now they can claim that YouTube is auto-deleting any negative comments towards MrBeast, but that would make no sense. They've clearly banned certain phrases from the comment section, such as...
Yeah, exactly. You put phrases, you put key phrases or keywords in the back part of your channel, and then when anybody comments something that has any of that in there, it automatically gets somewhere else. Somehow, you know, I guess they didn't do that before they uploaded the video. They should have did that before they uploaded the video. That way they wouldn't have to delete comments in real time, because everything would be kind of, you know, so to speak, already vetted for you. But people do get creative with what they try to say. So then you have to do extra work. And by him having a lot of subscribers, that's a lot of work to put in to delete comments. You're not going to be able to catch everything. People are going to get creative and more crafty on how they put certain things in there, replacing letters with numbers and this and this and that, putting it all together in one word with no space. A lot of creative ways people are on the internet when they want to get their point across. So I think that will make it hard, and that's why comments were getting deleted, or we were able to see it get deleted in real time. You know, key phrases and keywords definitely help it, but when people get creative, ain't nothing you can do with. And when you got pretty much billions of people watching your channel or subscribed, you're not gonna catch everybody, bro.
Dogpack or MrBeast drama or something like that, where people literally have to change languages to type their comments in because that way it doesn't get flagged or something. Here are some comments from MrBeast's latest video. It appears people are trying to get past the filters. Stop deleting comments, this is staged, and basically they don't put any space bar because somehow that gets caught in the filter and gets deleted. Remember back then when it wasn't all about the money? We all miss old MrBeast. I miss the old days of MrBeast. Are you being paid to delete these comments? And it's very weird because none of these have replies, so I don't know if these are bots or actual real people whose replies are getting deleted. It's just really confusing. confusing to me because nobody is being transparent. YouTube's not transparent. Jimmy's not transparent. So I don't really know what's happening here. Mr. Deleting comments, okay? Jimmy probably put a filter on comments. Nobody put spaces so he can't delete your comments. So you can see that a lot of people are essentially commenting. In fact, the amount of likes on these negative comments is already outweighing the supposed dislikes. So that already tells me that this video has been disliked way more than Chucky from the MrBeast team actually shared. So I don't know, take that as you will. Now, this is obviously a very bad look in my opinion when you try to silence any criticism by deleting comments, sending cease and desist, sending a random Chucky employee to respond to the allegations for you, especially a guy like Chucky, when we know you're watching in the back and have responded to the Ava Chris Tyson situation. Apparently, that situation got big enough that you're talking about it, but this situation, which is even bigger and involves you directly, that you can't talk about. Now, I know he's not going to make a video and signal boost it to another 300 million people, but at least make a tweet, man. These are some horrible allegations and people want to know the truth, even your supporters. Now,
when will his next video be uploaded? When will MrBeast upload another video? You know, he does produce videos in advance, weeks in advance, sometimes even months in advance. So I'm just curious to see what's his next video gonna be about.
Thing that people want to know is that, is this controversy actually affecting MrBeast in any way? Well, right now, it really seems like he's too big to fail, that even videos with 10 million views exposing him barely make a dent at all, and he can just delete the comments, send a cease and desist, and the situation goes away. And basically, people like some of the philanthropy work that MrBeast does. They see that he's building homes for people, and they say that, oh, he's doing good things, therefore everything else can be overlooked.
Now, we find out that some of these things are not real. These homes are jank. These homes are toxic. Or something's not real about it. Something doesn't last about it. They get blown away in a week or so. If something like that happens, it's really gonna be bad. You know, sometimes you have to do these big deeds like this to cover up all the extra big things you're doing that might be worse. So when people chime in and evaluate the situation, they'll be like, oh, he healed the blind. Oh, he built homes for people. He built water wells for people. He done did this. He done did that. So who cares if he did this, this, and this, you know? You gotta outweigh the good with the bad so people kind of still ride with you a little bit, especially when your audience is that big. I think his next upload is gonna be business as usual. I don't think he's gonna ever come out and speak about this. He's sending out cease and desist thinking that's gonna work. We got Dogpack putting out 48 hours. Hopefully he puts out another video. I wish Dogpack would have just dropped the video and then announced like he's gonna drop a video. No cryptic posts about nothing. Just do your thing. Bad boys move in silence. You know what I mean? Do your thing. Expose this guy and don't make a sound because they're looking for you. They're going to try to catch you. They're going to try to interrupt what you're doing. Do something to block it. You might have to not put your video up. He's so big in YouTube that he probably can get your video suppressed to where nobody ever finds it, even though it might be good information. They didn't know the first one was coming. Now you're warning them, that letting them know that another video could come. So how you know YouTube is not, I don't know, allegedly. We got to see what this what unrolls, what unveils. It's a lot going on. My mind's going all over the place. I'm just in shock that somebody this large could be doing something so crazy, especially when it comes to even the Squid Games type of thing or just things in general from what we saw from Dogpack's video. Make sure you guys watch that if you guys haven't seen that. But give me your feedback about this, man. Not everything can be true. I don't think 100% of these allegations are true at all. There's got to be some people, legit people, to come up to his defense. Like I said before, his right-hand man that's still in the videos, making a live stream talking about just praying and reading the Bible. He's praying for everybody involved because he knows there's some stuff going on, but he's not saying nothing, but he knows what's up. So it's just interesting to see all of these things happen. Only time will tell. Give me your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe for more content like this. And we're going to react to a lot more on this channel, man. I'll see y'all in the next video. Deuces.